Howdy, hackers, and welcome to another episode of FairLight TV. If you are a fan of C64 demos and you've been following the progress the last few years, you have surely noticed Boo's design, and you have surely noticed Codeboys and Endians from FairLight 2025. This is the episode where we will have three of the coders telling all the gory details of how they did the tricks that they have implemented here. We don't have Mahoney here, and we also don't have Björn Rösten, but the other three guys are here for your enjoyment. Over to Codeboys and Endians. We are now going to watch one of the best demos of 2025 and hear the insights. I was lucky to be at FairLight 2025 and had Jackasser next to me, so I've already had director's comment on watching this demo, but you will now have the opportunity of enjoying the same thing. So we have Jackasser, Pernod, and HCL here. HCL, a bit of a technical challenge, so let's hope we will have him throughout all of the watching of the demo, but fingers crossed on that. And so Andreas, Daniel, and David. Andreas, I leave to you to be the puppet master here, and I would just lean back and watch and ask additional questions.
Sure. Hi there, guys. So let me just share our good old emulator. And you capture that screen, I hope.
I hope, yes.
All right, let's go. So this is Codeboys and Endians.
Should we first start with the name? Let me first say that this is an excellent demo, but I absolutely love the irony of the name. Codeboys, I mean, everybody understands this is basically cowboys and Indians, but Codeboys, it's very techy. And Endians, for those of you who do not read enough, this is actually from Gulliver's Travel. And Endians is a digital representation of numbers. If you have the high byte and the low byte, which one comes first? And it's exactly from Gulliver's Travels, where there is a big conflict between two kind of categories of people, those eating eggs from the fat side or from the thin side, indicating the irony of having arguments over petty stuff.
Right. Yeah, so the name, it was actually Björn Rösten who came up with it, just as he does, quite out of the blue. And then Miraf drew a picture and had that in, and then it just, we loved it. So
that wasn't the name for the demo from the start. It was just that part.
Yeah, just that part.
Actually, so and the way when there was maybe 2 weeks until the demo competition.
Yeah, I mean
we didn't have a theme, nothing.
Exactly. So the project name was The Next Demo, and it was kind of like Edge of Disgrace 2. But then we settled for this instead. All right, should we start?
Yes, absolutely.
So it will start directly with the basic intro, which I coded. So shall we just digest what's going on in this screen, because it's quite heavy on the technical side. As you can see, you have two big objects moving through all borders. So the right star, or first I should say, there is a timer. Can you see the mouse pointer actually?
Yes.
So there is like a timer triggered every second line about here, which an NMI timer, which then quickly settles or stabilizes to here, so that we can open the side border. So that's done with an NMI timer. Then we have another timer, an IRQ timer, which opens upper and lower borders, which has higher coded, so it has higher priority than the raster interrupt, who controls the multiplexing. of the sprites. So that's what's going on here.
And you're basically only opening the border every second line here.
Yes, that's why the right star can only be in the right border and the left star can only be in the left border.
And you don't have the issue with the bad lines here.
No, exactly, because it's not on those lines. And also, you see the sideboard is black here. That's because this is high-res bitmap mode. So the background color of the rightmost char column here is black, which will color this border black instead of DO21. Right? So that I came up with this idea during the flight home from Fjälldator 2024 actually, and started coding it on that flight. Or it was no, we took the train. Yeah, on the train. The next part here was coded by Björn. And yeah, I don't know, David, perhaps you know more about the technical challenges here?
Well, it is of course about the split in the middle, and it's
Yeah, we hear you. Go on.
of I think 4 sprites. Wow, you hear me? I think the split is made of 4 sprites. Oh, my sound is going away sometimes.
It's not great, no.
What? Oh no.
Yeah, well, we could I guess we could move on because we can't really hear you, David.
Oh, do explain. I mean, the split.
Sorry.
Is it was
right.
multicolor bitmap both on the left and the right, and how do you make that sort of not having like a 4 character split in the middle? Are you splitting between 2 bitmaps? Can you change DO18 in the middle, or?
No. It's not like that. It's actually a VSP so that moves it, and then so you normally when you do a VSP, we draw.
For moving the graphics.
Yeah.
So that's just a simple VSP, but instead of plotting at the edges, you plot in the middle. But then you have to cover the central horizontal or vertical column with sprites. So that's.
I think a nice detail is that it moves pixel perfectly, not every second pixel.
Mm.
This transitioner is used throughout the demo. We, like 2 weeks before we released the demo, we didn't have anything linked, basically, just very coarsely linked. And that has been one of the feedbacks we've got as well. It looks kind of rushed, and it was. So I did this transition that you control in the make files. So we say, I want to go from this screen size to this screen size using these colors. And then it just auto-generates that code and inserts it. And it's quite small, so it's very quick to load. And it can be placed basically anywhere in memory, so it doesn't interfere with the current part or the next part. And this one is David's part, very old one.
And it's very David, also, this part.
Yeah. See if we have more luck with the sound this time.
Yeah, I moved to another room. I'm not sure if that helps, but...
That helps greatly, moving out of the bunker.
Now we actually hear you.
Come on, I will activate the video then.
Great.
Yeah, what's going on here? Well, I can hardly remember. Well,
because you were drunk. No.
No, it's because it's 10 years old. It's all made of a six-line flea thing. So I'm reading. The colors are all on 0 page. So I managed to update the colors in all the colors in six raster lines. So I can have this plasma thing or the other effects that I also show. But then I realized that there are a lot of cycles left in that timing. So I figure out I could make this chessboard effect above it, or on sort of melt in, and then I'm just using different setups of colors like DO21 or the RAM colors for the chess. You see there is like every second line is making this pall effect. It looks like melted. Yeah.
I have different colors here and there, but that's actually an artifact of the 1084 monitor.
Yeah.
So, and the chessboard, is that sprites that you put on top?
No sprites at all here. It's all bitmap. I think I'm almost only working with bitmap in this demo, and it was kind of. I mean, it's a tribute to Edge of Disgrace, of course. It was meant to be Edge of Disgrace 2, but it wasn't. So it's designed that way, and it sort of reflects to multiple parts from Edge of Disgrace at the same time, which was kind of the idea with it, and having it as an intro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This was done by Mirov. This is also bitmap with a sprite layer on top, right?
No.
I don't remember.
I think it's a char mode, and
yeah, right. Okay.
But it looks like bitmap because Mirage he's trolling with you.
Exactly.
I love those rubbery twister things. I just love them. That's a very soft spot for me.
Yeah, it was very nice.
And that's again your fading effect, going from one to another.
Exactly, we just slapped it in. So now, bro, this is your
part. Yeah, I coded this back in, I think 2006 or 2007 or something. I didn't think it looked good, so I just, put it away. And a couple of years ago, I found it again, and I thought, nah, I can make this look good. And I think I at least partly succeeded. So it's an effect that's it has over 80 different lines that I can set the distance between freely, and it's made of a combination of chars and sprites. So
yeah, the gray lines here are sprites, right?
Yeah, so if you look closely, it's not the screen doesn't have 4 colors. It actually has 5.
Yeah, so we have black, cyan, light blue, and blue, and then gray.
Yeah, exactly. So I get away with way fewer chars than you would expect, because I have the sprites on top that masks away what is. So you think that's background. I use the same technique in another part in this demo.
So you're masking like every second row, the multicolor row.
Yeah, I can mask any column. I mean, I have several char sets, one for each row in the effect, and it's like it's built almost like, you know, those stretchers, horizontal stretchers.
Yeah. You have 80 rows and you have 80
one char lines.
Okay, but how many char sets? I mean, you can only have like 16, right? So
no, I have more. I mean, there are different banks too. So I have like 21 or 22 char sets. Yeah. So, and each char set can have 256 chars, right? And for each vertical line on the screen to move freely, I have to waste 3 chars. So
Right.
that makes it possible to have 80 plus different lines that way. It's hard to explain without
pen and paper.
drawing on with a pen or paper. But
was it this part or the char explosion part that took ages to code? And then I asked David, can't you just write some code that generates all the graphics, and then we could load it very quickly.
I rewrote a generator for this one.
Yeah.
I did it before we linked the demo because it was impossible to link it.
Yeah, it took the whole memory and took ages to load. So.
Yeah, I think we saved some 10 seconds on the loading here after I rewrote.
Yeah. Thanks, David.
So it's not a generator in the assembler file; it's a generator in the actual code. So you generate the code on the fly on the C64.
Yeah. Instead of loading a precompiled graphics, which is load the graphics as it is and generates, expands the graphics or
generate all those 20-something fonts.
Yeah.
For the record, I still don't understand anything of how this works. But
no, me neither. For the record.
Neither does Daniel.
No, I forgot. I'm just babbling away. I have no idea.
It just happened.
I found a poke.
Yeah, so moving on to the next part. This one I coded. This stupid transition took ages to code because I thought, let's do something simple, but it's never simple to upscroll stuff while maintaining the lower part here, the lower split, and also these lines here, they are DO21 splits and shit like that. So it was kind of annoying. Totally stupid to do. This one was actually Stellan's idea, or Dane's idea. He thought that this would probably be possible, so I took his idea and implemented it. So the purple stuff here is actually a sprite layer, and it consists of full lanes like this. So there is a horizontal animation of purple stripes like this, moving in perspective, like 32 frames or so. And then using DO18 to enable and disable the graphics, I can turn on and off the top lids. And then there is an FPP going down, a normal char FPP, that actually reads from the sprite layer and generates the graphics on the fly while going down here.
So the DO18, you're pointing to a screen where you haven't defined, or the sprite data is empty, or
yeah, exactly. But the char data, it points to the same font. So I just I generate outside the screen. I generate all the graphics that's needed. So the top row here to the top line of the most backward lid, it's one font, and then I switch to another right here, and then it's another font down to that part, and then it's yet another font down to here, and then the final font. So I have to generate 6 lines of graphics outside the screen based on which frame I choose in the sprite data, and based on basically just that actually. So, but it was the most tricky part is actually here in the back, where I switch from bitmap directly to FPP, because normally you can only stretch line 7, right? But you see it goes directly into the bitmap here. So there I actually manually copy the first 6 lines of graphics in the first char.
I think you just sound like a crazy professor with this new profound idea, trying to connect all the dots. So
exactly.
Can I also guess that the bird is a sprite?
The bird is a sprite, and I chose the sprite so that because it's quite critical timing here. So these two sprites are actually somewhere in the middle. This is like sprite 0, 1, and then 2 for bird, and then 3, 4, and then 5 for that wing, and then 7. Because then those holes in the used sprites won't eat up sprite. They will eat up sprite DMA and make the timing stable, even though I move it up and down, so it doesn't affect the raster code at all.
It's an old disk trick from the 80s.
Yeah, it's a nice trick.
Yeah, it is.
I use it a lot, actually. Yeah, this is also a Lars part, or Miraf's part. So this is... I don't know exactly how this works. This is also
But it's some kind of 4x4 fleet. No, it looks like...
No, it's 8x4. It's 8x4.
fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah. But it's dithered and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then the left part here is kind of hard to mask the flea bug. He uses sprites there, I remember, and also tricks with choosing the correct opcode to get the correct one of the colors correct. There are bugs there. You can spot them. It's impossible to do it perfectly, but it's quite hard to. He masked it very good, I would say. But you can, when it moves, you can kind of see that this first char, the first char doesn't really look like the rest of it. You can see there is something, but it's hard to tell exactly what the bug is, but there is.
I don't see it, but thanks for pointing it out.
Yeah, the whole effect is a bit chaotic anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No.
I mean, the swirl, that attracts your eye, so you don't see the thing in the edges.
Yeah, so this one I coded, and it was obviously inspired by all these effects we have seen throughout the years. Most of them uses an AGSP approach to scroll quickly, which means that you lose all the lines up here, like 20 lines or whatever it is, 21. But then David coded this part in which demo was it? 25 years boost, or whatever it was called, where you had this.
I have no idea.
I mean, you know those bobs, infinite bobs. You had the eyes.
Yeah, right. Oh,
yeah.
Can't remember which demo it was.
It was like, what was it? 30 years boost.
Wasn't it Gub Data somewhere?
Yeah, it was some Gub Data demo. Yeah, exactly. Where you had one font per graphics row, text row. So I took that exact same trick here. So each char line is a unique font. But then I also update the char pointers at the top to quickly scroll left and right. And I know Trident has been using that also after this part. So that's how you can quickly move the whole screen very, very fast. And then it's just a matter of plotting dithered bobs quickly enough and erase columns and rows quickly enough. So it's not that tricky. But it was a fun part to code it. Only took a day to code it, so that was a good win. Yeah, and then we have the Sierpinski tetrahedron. I coded this one. Here's a lot going on in this part.
Well, you can all see that it's much faster than Axis of Oxyrons, right?
This is 50 FPS, but his has had perspective, mine doesn't, and that's kind of crucial for this.
How silly!
Kind of crucial for this trick, but also perspective for a Sierpinski tetrahedron is not really necessary. You only need Sierpinski when showing cubes, or you only need perspective when showing cubes. Anyway, so so what I do here is obviously I render one of these objects, only one, into 2x2 sprites. And then I multiplex those 2x2 sprites into 4 of these smaller tetrahedrons. So in total, you have 16 sprites on screen. So the first problem is, can you really render a tetrahedron this small fast enough in 50 FPS and still have good quality? So the first thing I did was to recode my normal routine, how to calculate a 3x3 rotation matrix. So I did that using all the math tricks in the book I could find. So I managed to generate a rotation matrix here in 6 raster lines with full 16.16-bit precision. Then I wanted subpixel precision as well when I draw the lines, because the object is very small and I want to be able to rotate it slowly without the vertices jumping around. And that also made it possible to have proper interlacing in the X direction as well. So that's why I can move it very smoothly with subpixel precision. So that's the rendering part. Then you have the multiplexing part. I didn't want to waste raster time sorting the objects, for instance. So I came up with an idea during the summer. I actually texted you, David, when I got the idea. So I call it autoplexer. So this doesn't require sorting at all. It just works. Okay. So the sprites, the ER filler renders intermediate sprite images, so they are actually overlapping, so that you have a quite loose timing restraints when multiplexing. It's a standard common trick. So I have like 10 to 11 raster lines to perform an image switch, or an image switch, basically a sprite image switch. So there is a timer that starts just above the object, and then every 8 line it reads from a table with actions. And these actions are, for each of these tetrahedrons, there are 4, you have 4 actions. Either you do nothing, or you increase the sprite pointers, or you move the sprites 21 lines down and increase the sprite pointers, or you switch to an empty sprite. So those are the 4 actions per tetrahedron you can do every 8 raster line. Since there are 4 objects and only 4 actions each, you can encode that into a single byte, right? So I clear this action table, which is like 12 entries long every frame, and then when I plot the tetrahedrons, I insert which action I need where, and just combines the different actions that are needed. Then it's just a timer that reads from that table and performs actions needed. So it could say that, like, tetrahedron A at this text row needs to increase sprite pointers, while tetrahedron B should do nothing, and tetrahedron C should move 21 lines down, and tetrahedron D should switch to empty. So then you don't need to sort anything. The only thing you need to sort in this part is the depth, i.e. which tetrahedron should be assigned to which sprites, so you get the correct sprites. And there I used a trick popularized by John Carmack called BSP trees. So basically you cut this Sierpinski object with 3 cutting planes, depending on which side you are on a plane. If you move, like my hand now, I'm on a positive side, and now I'm on a negative side. And you have these 3 split planes. I have those 3 planes gives you a total of 8 combinations, pointing to a static, 8 different static tables which assigns the sprites correctly. So kind of hard to explain without pen and paper as well, but it works.
Yeah, it clearly does.
So it was a nice exercise, but there's quite a lot of algorithmic tricks going on there.
So this is like typical Jackasser part, where you think you know what it's doing, but no, he's not multiplexing, and he's not sorting, and he's not doing a vector. It just looks like that.
Yeah, and I only have like 2 multiplications per frame. so it's like kind of crazy. But then there's a masterpiece part.
Thanks.
Mm.
This the picture was drawn by Archmage.
Yeah, you have to explain this one because
That's
I
all,
can't.
that's all you have to say.
What should I?
So the trick is based on Archmate doing graphics,
Yeah, exactly.
and then you just implement it.
Yeah, I just wrote it.
No, actually, Archmage did all the different frames.
Yeah. Here I started with this page with the big picture.
The big picture.
Was the idea from the beginning. The Nebulous part is just the B side. I had to have something on the second side. So, but this here, it's charts and sprites, of course. And like shrinking a picture like that with charts has been made before. It's just a simple D011 and D018. The
Simple.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Right,
It's-
Jackasser.
Yeah,
But Trident can do stuff like that.
Yeah, he explained it. He explained it very well in the DO11 video you had. But basically, it's about overlapping char rows or repeating char rows with overlaps.
Yeah.
So that's the easy part.
Yeah, here with the sideboard sprites, it's like you can shrink sprites also with similar methods. But the hard part here, of course, is to make to make the method that I did so that the shrinking matches between the charts and the sprites. So when I do something with the D018, it has to impact both the charts and the sprites in the same way.
And the sprite shrinker, is that that sprite crunch thing that LFT is also doing?
There's no sprite crunching in this demo whatsoever.
Okay.
Here. Yeah.
I don't think so.
To shrink a sprite is easier than that. To shrink a sprite, you actually stretch it.
Okay,
Right?
DO17.
If you with D017, the normal stretching,
Yeah.
and on each row, you pick D018, and then you can just
It's just sprite FPP basically.
Yeah. You can skip the D018 right.
So
then skip
you
one.
stretch it using DO17, and then you update DO18 so it points to new content. But so it reads that as well.
So
it reads. So it reads new content. I thought it couldn't read new content. You would just stretch it, so you will repeat the previous line. But
no, you can read content. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it
that's what I
performs a
do.
new
It's like
it performs a new sprite DMA every
yeah,
raster line.
it's like it's only 4 sprites tall. On screen, it's 196 lines tall. If we don't talk about the top and bottom sprites, no, ignore those. So the effect is 196 pixels tall, and it's actually 4 sprites that are 49 pixels tall each.
yeah, of course, sprites take DMA every row. That's why you lose cycles when they appear. So of course it needs to refresh.
That's when it refreshes the shift registers.
Yes, of course.
So basically, when I each shore row is only 7 pixels tall.
Yeah.
So then when I jump up one step, I just jump one step up with the sprites inside board too.
Oh, okay.
But you can only do this for so long until it becomes cramped with the timing. So about here, I have to do the effect again. because I ran out of raster time. So it actually shrinks first to about 40% of the total height.
Yeah.
Then
So
I have a new picture doing the same thing again until it's really small, about 30 or 25 pixels.
So it's basically, I had the exact same problem in my basic rotator. It's basically when you crunch the char rows down to where you trigger a bad line every second line, raster line, it's okay. But then you have too many bad lines, and then in the final stage you have everything is bad lines, and you have to pick bad lines and remove bad lines in between, so to speak.
Yeah, but I couldn't really do that because I have to still have a sideboard sprites also as well.
Yeah, right.
So I couldn't shrink until I think I shrink from 7 to 3 lines, and then again and again, and about wait, one more, again, no, again. Yeah, okay. Somewhere here, I just brute force it, and you can see it. You can see it softly in the colors. So.
Sounds like you, David. when you did the raster rotator in uncensored. How did you do that? Well, I just hand coded each frame. What?
No, I don't hand code it. I mean, there's raster time enough just to copy. Like LA, STA, blah blah blah. It's not. There's nothing. It's not frame by frame. This is the B side. I had I think 12 kilobytes left. What the hell can I have on the B side? And of course, the obvious answer is a Nebulous part.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying everybody would say that's obvious, but anyway.
No. Yeah. This. But. Actually, it needs very little memory. Here, if you can see how a Nebulous thing is made, it doesn't have many different lines, right? Every block you see here is a stretched line. So this is an FPP with sprites on it.
And the memory for storing that data is on the line, on those lines not used by the other part.
Yeah, exactly. Because remember, I said each char row was 7 lines tall on the other side here.
Yeah.
That means that the lowest line in each char set, 28 char sets.
Yeah.
Is free. I don't use.
So that's exactly the line you need when you do a char FPP.
Exactly.
Compared
to you can use the top one or the bottom one.
So they look very similar, but they are using completely different techniques. These shrinkers.
Yeah, because here a stupid thing about it was kind of easy and then not so easy with the details. For example, I had in mind all the time that I would have some graphics below a logo or turn disk. Yeah, easy. I will put that in last. But it turns out like a sprite FPP with the last line, you code like this, is also the same thing as a char cruncher. What do you say? It's a line cruncher. If you stretch charts with the lowest line, that's the same thing as doing a line crunch, where you move the picture up or down.
It's the same timing.
So the address to store the screen data for the turn disk charts, they move around.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Yes, I had to compensate for that. And then there's the sprite timings and shit. So I'm really tired of this part.
Yeah, you had to like have mask sprites here, so that
there's a mask sprite that's moving around also behind.
So the eye here can move behind the graphics and so on. Yeah,
so the Nebulous is actually, the data for that frame is interleaved using sort of the unused rows from the other one. Was that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
So you had more memory than your 12K because you could reuse parts.
Yeah, I lied. It was much easier than that. I had more. So, yeah. No, but yeah, it was getting really tough with the memory at the end. Andreas, you saw a bit.
Are you crunching the eyes as well, or
Yes.
No. I switched to just predefined sprites.
Okay, you have animations for them.
Yeah.
You had so much memory left, so you could just have pre-made animations.
Not really. I do shrink them code-wise. Some of those animations. You know.
Yeah. That's an awesome part.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. This part is Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, I pressed pause. So this is also your part, Daniel.
Yeah, I call it the char explosion. I for a long time I had this idea to move freely around all the 1,000 chars.
So the one with gray bars, is that related? So the stretching like that?
Yeah, loosely related. I mean the code and the memory layout and the algorithms. Everything is different between the parts. But I use sprite masking for these two. So everything that's black horizontally between chars, that's a sprite mask. I have 6 expanded sprites on screen. And then the vertical gaps are just FLD and sprite stretching.
Yeah, so here is also 5 colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same as the previous one, the one with the gray bars.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, this was much more difficult to do than the other one. I mean, it's not the same pattern for every line. Each char row has its own pattern and so on. And I generate the sprite patterns, the black stuff, in line in the raster effect.
Oh yeah, you do
the next row all the time, so to be able to do that really quickly.
Right. I think there's quite a long thread on CSDB people. I think you as well, David, joined that thread trying to explain how this part worked.
Yeah, well, that was only concerning the char, how to represent the picture, being able to move each character freely, and how many chars you really need for each block, because the blocks are constant here. Compared to the other one, there were just 2 pixel stripes that were moving freely. Here it's the chars are like fixed blocks that could move freely.
Yeah.
And I made some calculation of how many chars per
you reversed
you really needed.
No?
You resisted to write in that thread, so I had to do it.
Yeah, but basically there is a calculation as to why it's only like 36 chars wide.
Yeah, it's 36 times 7.
Yeah.
I need 7 different chars for each block to move freely around. You need way more, maybe 16 or something, if you didn't have the sprite mask. But with sprite mask, you get away with fewer chars. So
just like the other effect.
Yeah, I think maybe there's more to do with the same technique if you combine them. Probably.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a cool trick.
Is this
same trick, but
yeah, it's the same chart set. It's the same everything. It's just another.
The mask is different
of the effect.
Just easier because you have the same mask for each row, so you don't.
Yeah, I had some idea of moving it a bit like a wave like that, but there wasn't enough raster time left, so no.
And this one, I remember you started coding it at my place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember it totally. And you just a few hours later, you had something up and running.
So this is
Well-
David's code.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, sure. And it's I can imagine I had something running quite quickly because it's also built on the same kind of effect from which demo was it? It's uncensored, I think.
Yeah.
I made that vertical bars with the perspective, but that was only in 3 or 4 colors.
Right.
And here it's bitmap, so it's more colorful. And I remember that part in uncensored was like the last thing I just threw together. It wasn't very optimized, so I realized I could do it in bitmap at the same speed. So, well, I just did it.
Yeah, with bitmap you get colors.
Yeah, yep.
So as you know, when you stretch a bitmap, you stretch the 800 colors. So
Yeah.
I guess those are the same. It's the same, just one row of char data stretched vertically.
Exactly.
Of color data, I mean, and then you mask with expanded sprites to get the perspective effect, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the sprite coverage just you can see how tall the smallest bar is. There's
right about there.
Yeah, about there. So the
This is
sprite.
sprites here down to that line.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And
So they
here.
are actually the same height. You just mask them so we don't see them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I calculate, depending on where the bars are, I get some setup of bitmap data that I have to store 8 pixel lines, and then I repeat. And then I also put the colors just once in one char line or color char line. And the rest, the perspective thing is done with the sprite mask layer, and it's also of course upside down, mirrored in the filling routine.
And I would like to also mention that you should always know where the bars are. I think that's a good learning from life.
Yeah, so it's very nice.
It looks really, really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this one.
Oh yeah, it's bitmap again.
Why do we always challenge?
We have a lot of bitmap effects
In this
well,
demo,
I kind of decided, well, next time why do demo? If we do some, I mean, the idea was to do Edge of Disgrace 2 from the beginning, and we had you all saw the design from the beginning with the black frames and so on, but then we couldn't keep it the whole demo. In fact, it was all rushed, this project, so we didn't have time to include the design in all parts. So I made a lot of bitmap effects, and some are, as you've seen, they are related to the old parts from Edge of Disgrace or uncensored. But this one was.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane. It looks so cool.
And there you. I mean, I got inspired by who was it who coded the first.
Was it Raistlin, or wasn't it the Genesis project demo?
No, it was a bonsai demo.
Bonsai.
Yeah.
Bonsai.
And then I upped them in, which was it, the Elder Scrollers?
Yeah.
With my perspective scroller there, and then you upped it again here with colors.
Yeah, I think I started this scroller almost at the same time. I think we made them at the same. We were coding at the same time at your place.
Yeah, exactly, and yours is bitmap obviously, so you can't have so many different graphics lines. But I could have in char mode I had 21 different lines.
Yeah.
I
only have 7 plus the gray one, so it's actually using
all bitmaps,
all visible bitmaps.
Yeah. So,
but it's not so very big. I hope to make it much bigger, of course, but it wasn't really. I tried to optimize this, but it was that kind of part that just were lying around because I wasn't pleased with it, and then I felt, well, I just have to release it sometime, and I made most possible out of it. I think. Hope.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a dynamic kind of feeling of it, and not just have a pre-calculated rotation. So the rotation and the zooming is actually real-time calculated, so you don't get so much repeated movement and stuff.
I mean, for me, there are a number of effects that are difficult to do, but they're like, they don't really impress when you see them. And I have no idea if this is difficult or not, but it looks absolutely beautiful. So, I mean...
And you see there also, if you stop, you see, I have multiple setups of each color, so I can do some kind of lightning and shadowing effect. You see.
But this 3D thing that, I mean, the characters, they have depth as well. So when you rotate them, you can see the top side and the underside, and they are grayscale. And yes.
It's still bitmap though, even though it's grayscale, but it's...
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. But I mean, it looks like it's designed, so it has like colorful front, and it has... it's made out of, I don't know, concrete or something, and so it's not painted on the upside and downside.
No, and I'm actually reusing the same bitmap for the last row there and the gray stuff. So it's the same bitmap with other colors, just because I cannot have more bitmap.
Right. Tricky. And then, of course, it's a lot to generate the different bitmap lines. Or you have those. No, you have to generate those each frame, just like I had to.
Yeah, but I have pre-calculated like 128 different in depth.
So you just copy those to the bitmap.
Yeah, so I choose what to copy from.
Yeah, that's totally cheating.
yeah.
And cheating is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
The coloring is quite boring in the end, actually. With just, I mean, it's the same colors, but in diagonal. I tried a lot of different colorings, but it ended up with the most boring one.
Yeah, but I loved it. It's very colorful.
You did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree.
So this is Peck's part. He just... well, he's always invited us to make a part for performers. We get such an invite every year, and I say, yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I guess he wanted to show how it's done. So one day I got a mail from Pex. Hey, you can use this effect in your demo if you like. And I was like, okay.
He thinks like a mafia guy because now you owe him.
Yeah, exactly. so that was kind. So this is the loader part for the effect, and it's a very novel effect. But in the end, it's just, so to speak, an animation or not. He has explained it very well on CSD basis. So you should actually read it there how it works. But basically, he has a line drawing character mode, so he can draw these fuzzy lines. The different colors are of simple multicolor splits. And the more vertical lines are made of repeated sprites, just moved in the X direction. It's kind of tricky to draw the lines quickly enough each frame.
They're on predefined chart sets.
Yeah.
I think 5 or so.
Which does the fuzziness. Yeah, and then he has an animation with all the line data. Draw a line from here to here, this frame, and so on.
And that's called cheating. Is it?
Yeah.
And cheating is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cheating as well. But it's nice.
Very nice. Yeah. And you can see he has like, I don't know, 7 or 8 horizontal lines at the same time, which is Well, I think he explained on CSDB also. He's optimized that line routing quite a bit to
Yeah,
be
it
able
is.
to draw that much.
Yeah, exactly. And then he has 4 more vertical lines with the sprites.
Yeah, of course. There are sprites, so just 4.
And Pex is Mahoney for those of you who do not know that, but just to make sure that we are attributing the right person here.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do it frame by frame, it looks kind of weird, but when it moves, especially on a CRT, it looks awesome.
Mm.
What next? Oh yeah, the board, the sleep vest. Yeah.
Is that
The
the
Bitmap
Kefren's thing?
Yeah. It's an old Kefren's bar effect. Yeah. Well,
Also in Bitmap, right?
also Bitmap, of course. Yeah. well, the problem, I don't know. What shall I say? Well, nobody likes this effect. No one has made it. I mean, there's been several comments on this demo, but no one has commented this effect.
Yeah, well, yeah.
None of my effects at all. Actually, it's
Clarence
just
loved this one.
Clarence.
Yeah.
You and me, Clarence. We know. The others don't understand. Yeah, well, it's a bit. Well, the thing with this one was it's also very old, but it was Camelot demo, wasn't it? I think Cruiser made the first one at not good. Well, never mind. The pig demo. Was it not Pearls for Pigs?
No, not that one. I know exactly which
with a pig and stuff.
Yeah, it's a Danish demo. So yeah. Well.
Anyway, he had to pre-calculate all the movements and the bars where they should be before outside the actual effect, and then prepare the raster code so he could do this bar effect. But this one is actually how should I say? Well, he managed to update his effects every second line, I think, every second bitmap line. And then Lars made another one, Mirage. Yeah, Mirage, where he updated just every 4th line. But he managed to do all the calculations within the raster code. So he got fewer bars, but he didn't need to calculate anything outside the actual routine. So I made the I kind of optimized the code so that you could do it in 3 raster lines instead of 4, and that was I cannot remember. It was quite complicated, but then it just got lying there. But it was quite a potent effect because you can you have very much free raster time outside the effect. So I really wanted to max out what you can do with it. So I'm like updating colors. I'm crossfading between sinuses, and I'm doing all kinds of stuff that no one appreciates. So.
Just to show that you have more raster time, and we do appreciate more bars. We always want more bars.
I thought so. More bars and more colors. It has to be a winning concept, but I don't get any love except from Clarence.
And a few notable others.
Oh, you tried.
Yeah.
You tried your best, but your best is not good enough.
Are we talking Twisted Sisters here? If this is your best won't do.
Exactly. No, well, that's a harsh lesson.
David, I like it as well. Let me just say that.
I think it's absolutely beautiful.
I think it's...
Well, you have to say to have me coming here.
No, but it's only you, David, who can make colors like this in an effect and such nice movements. Actually, you're one of a kind in that apartment.
Look, it's crossfading. Look.
Yes.
Yes, very
while
nice.
Moving. Yeah.
The signs are bugging.
Exactly. You're just loading a new sign from disk. That's
Oh,
why
another loser effect that no one has seen. All right.
so,
And these are animations.
No.
Yeah, this is animations, and it's well, this clearly refers to
Hold it there. Does it say
Yeah.
shit? No.
Oh,
SHI, and then the white thing could be a T.
I think it's sushi
Yeah.
Clean
Okay.
shit.
or pushing.
Pushing.
This is actually quite complicated, I think, this part.
Well, it's of course it's a copy of Walt's scroller from this James Bond demo. But this scroller is actually better in all ways, all possible ways. Well, I started first with not too cocky. Am I?
Your humble opinion.
Yeah. Well, it rotates smoother. It has many more rotating steps. It rotates not only like constant rotation. It rotates from a sinus instead. And it's 12 sprites per letter instead of just 9. I wanted 16, of course, but I couldn't do it. And then it's yeah.
So there are like each 2x2 char block here. There are like 3 wide and 4 in height, right? Yeah.
Well, the original scroller by Walt the idea was to have 4 like pixels in a sprite rotating, and then you could, since it's 4 pixels, you can have it each pixel on and off. You can freely paint with it, paint your letters. So then you have like 16 setups of that sprite from totally blank to all the 4 pixel set. Then you have when you need 16 sprites of each rotation step, and then you can just have 16 rotations of
in
that.
a bank.
Yeah, in one bank, and that's 256 sprites basically.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. So I played around with the round corners, and that's just, I mean, that's the most obvious visible thing, the visible difference between the scrolls. But the code is actually more different than the visual part, I would say. This is actually using a real multiplexer. Unlike
with sorting and shit.
Sorting, no, not so much sorting, because the sorting I can I can pre-sort since the rotation is known.
Exactly.
So, but there, as you see, they're also overlapping. Oh, that was another kind of that's the char screen also. Yeah.
Yeah, there are bad lines here as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And the sprites can overlap like the TNS.
Yeah, they're actually overlapping a little also, because I think Walt only had like 5 letters on the screen at the same time, but I have 6 letters and they are 12 sprites instead of just 9. So I have like 72 sprites to handle instead of 45. So it's ridiculous if you compare.
Hi, Walt.
Uncomparable.
Yeah. And since it goes so deep into the lower scroller, also lower border, I really had to do a true multiplexer which can handle those sprite positions that you have to set the 9th bit of the O11. No, not the O11. The sprite Y register.
No.
So it actually does 9-bit calculations of everything, which is not really faster than 16-bit, but that kind of slowed down everything.
But hang on, I thought that there is no like 9th bit. I thought that that one is always both on and off. That's why when you put sprites in the lower border, they also appear in the upper border, because they appear both with the like 9 bits on and off.
Yeah, but you need to know when you put the sprite, you need to know where it should go. Should it go in the lower border, or is it actually positioned in the top?
Yeah.
And when you sort your sprites and stuff, you cannot really. Well, if you make the assumption that the sprite that you in your code that the sprite is always on some place, you're gonna get unlucky, and I just got unlucky.
Okay.
Deep into the project, so I had to add the 16-bit calculation of it.
I mean, so that's when I did sprite scrollers on top and below. I basically didn't understand how to turn one of them off, so I had them both upper and downer.
Yeah, that was easy.
That
way.
was the easy way of doing it.
Yeah, well, you have to raise the raster beam and know when to turn on your sprite and turn it off.
Yeah, or change content here, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks nice. It looks nice.
Final part, which was hell to link and load, and we and David spent one day of FairLight doing this linking to this part.
One of the things I noticed is the fact that I kind of think when I saw it, I thought all of the parts were related to Codeboys and Endians, but now I realize you have strategically put in the reference in some of the parts, and then because everything is kind of flowing nicely, you don't really notice that it's only a few of the scenes that actually reference the theme.
No, it's just in the beginning and in your scroller, David, and then this end part.
Well, then you had graphics in Daniel's parts as well.
Yeah, but it's very ungraphic heavy.
Yeah.
And that was we wanted a demo with close to no narration and let the effects speak for themselves, because we were kind of tired with this big storytelling demos. I like them, but we've seen those for like 5-6 years now. So it's time for yet another effects only demo. We wanted to do that. So that at least is by design. Okay, Daniel, this one.
And this one, yeah.
That's simple DO11 shit, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. So, but we have heard Trident analyze this.
Yeah, in your video actually.
In depth.
Yeah.
So, what was the FairLight TV video called? D011 Mayhem.
Yeah, you can use these YouTube features where you had a link to another video.
Yeah.
And then you can let Trident talk about how this works.
Yeah, I can tell just a little about the background. I always like this, like demo that also every coder likes, the 1988 Party Squeezer demo from Rawhead.
Right.
That had a flexing picture. It was stretching a picture, actually. One picture. And that was way ahead of its time. And I think few coders understand how it's made if they don't really analyze it. Really cool. And every now and then I've been thinking about how could I improve it. And I always came up with, I can improve it like 10% or something. It wasn't worthwhile at all. I mean, if you want to improve a 35-year-old effect, you must improve it by a lot to be worthwhile. So I gave up several times, but then just one day I just, came up with another idea. But you know this that you can, for example, overlap char rows like that, like I do in the flip disk part, and that we do, I think, in other parts too. When you really realize you can do that also with Bitmap, a whole new world of effects opens up, and I use that here. And the trick here is, of course, then you can shrink like that, and you can change to a new bitmap and new colors, except for the 800. But you quickly run out of bitmaps, right? I use 6 bitmaps here. So what I did there after 6 lines was just to think, yeah, to hell with it. I don't shrink there. That's
It's a
just
full 8 lines.
Yeah, I just it's like wobbling like that anyway. Who cares? So I let it skip another 8 lines to show new lines.
To fetch new data, yeah, and then you also get new colors.
Yeah, exactly. I get new D800 colors as well.
Exactly,
But if you have 6 bitmaps, where do you have your screens? You need to have color memory.
Yeah, I have them because I don't use the whole bitmaps. I use 21 lines of them.
Ah, okay. So basically the last 1K of each bitmap is where you store the screen.
Yeah. So actually in this part, I don't move any data at all.
No.
Not at all. It's just a Vic trick.
Pure Vic trick.
Yeah.
And is that Mirage who did the picture, or who did that one?
Yeah, Mirage, and then Dane helped him with the color clashes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they helped each other painting this one.
This one is absolutely beautiful, and given that there are color restrictions as well, I guess. Then
because
it's even more amazing.
Yeah, with the screen colors, I mean, like you normally have in 0400.
Yeah.
It's actually a bit. This effect is actually a bit better than normal bitmap mode. They're more dense, but with the D800 you only get a new color every 43rd line. So it's a special mode, and I made the converter tool I made also exported a picture where you see all the color clashes highlighted. So the tool was made only for Mac.
Yeah.
So this will trigger a lot of you nerds.
No, but the fucked up process here was Mirov, he knows Git and stuff. Dane can't handle that. So Mirov sends a picture. I think they use a Dropbox, and they help each other pixel some stuff. Then they have to ask in the Slack chat, Daniel, can you run your code clash tool? And he did that and reported back. It was really fucked up process.
But at the end, we set just hours before the demo was released. I was beside Dane, and he pixeled away, and I ran it through the converter tool and sent back the clashes picture and so on.
And when we finally had linked it, me and David managed to load it, because it takes the whole memory and it's kind of hell to load. I found one gray pixel here in the right black border.
I always have that.
So I had to ask them again to fix it, run the converter, and link it just before deadline, or just before we showed it, to remove that annoying pixel.
Yeah, the hardest part here to code actually was this pesky black border.
Yeah.
Not on the sides, because that's drawn into the bitmap actually, but at the top and bottom row. I think I resorted to having sprites for the thick black line on top.
Yeah, a lot of the parts became more tricky to implement than necessary thanks to that line or that border.
Yeah, I will not have outlines in the demo anymore.
No, we're done with that. Yeah, so that's it.
That's it.
And this one Björn did. So that's it. Codeboys and Endians.
We didn't mention the music.
Super.
No. So Dane did the music, of course, and it's I think it's chopped up into like 9 different files to be able to be loaded efficiently. Something like that. Switching back and forth between 1,000 and 9,000, depending on what we load and so on. But
And
that's standard
it's
procedure.
the good, bad, and the ugly, right? It's based on that original song.
That theme, yes.
Yeah, the whole theme for the demo is really cheesy, and I hate it. But anyway.
It's Morricone doing the
Exactly.
original.
Would you listen to that at home on your stereo? I don't know.
No, I mean it's like John Williams. It's movie music. It's supposed to go with something. You cannot sit and just listen to that. That would be weird. It's supposed to be accompanied by some sort of graphical experience.
Definitely. All right. So
Super. It seems like we lost David here, but
again.
yeah, he was a bit in and out, but we were lucky to catch him in during a few of the really critical parts. So thank you guys. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you, David, so much for your contribution here. I didn't understand much, but it was absolutely cool. So, and I'm sure there are a number of people who would watch this and freeze frame and watch your every word on them.
Analyze everything I said and want to take back now.
Yeah. And held you accountable for it.
Yeah, but thanks for having me here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you, Pontus.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
FairLight